Hi there, my name is Taetso Mashile, and this is my summative practical for the video submission of the training of the client. Today I'm joined by my good friend Nkululeko. He will be my client for today. What we're going to start with is we're going to start with 10 minutes cardio on the treadmill just to get his heart pumping and his blood flowing, and to ensure that once he starts with the other trainings or the other workouts, he'll be ready. So let's get it. All right, let's get into the first workout. The first workout is the push-up. The great thing about the push-ups is that it's an exercise for your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. So we are targeting chest, shoulders, and triceps. Safety first though. Make sure that you keep your core engaged throughout the exercise. Avoid dropping your hips too low, because then you'll be messing up the exercise. The movement will start by placing our hands shoulder width apart like this on the floor, with fingers pointing towards the feet. We will then be lowering our body towards the floor. By doing that, by bending our elbows, keeping our elbows close to our body, and once the chest is above the ground, we'll push ourselves back. Number 3, the muscles that we use when we're doing our push-ups are, we are primarily working with the chest muscles. So the pectorals major, and the secondary muscles that we'll be using are the arteria deltoids, which is right here, as well as our tricep brachii, which is right here. The joints that are working in action while we're doing our push-ups are, the main joints used for push-ups are the glenohumeral joint. This is the shoulder joint, which performs the horizontal adduction to lower our body towards the ground. 5th, the sporting areas. As a personal trainer, when I'm training someone on push-ups, what I usually do is I will stand by the side of them to ensure that they're in a correct position, and to ensure that their rib cage is stabilized in a way that can maintain their proper form. And lastly, adaptations. If you find push-ups to be difficult, this is what you need to do. So you need to get on your knees. So you're going to substitute your feet for your knees, and then you'll be pushing downwards. It makes it much more easier. It's called lady push-ups. So let's get into our push-ups. So we're going to start with the push-ups. But the push-ups, the muscles that we'll be using when we're doing the push-ups will be our shoulders, right? Our triceps, right? As well as using our elbows to flex and extend. What we're going to do is that we're going to be in a prone position, which means it's a position where we are lying facing down. And in order to do that, we have to ensure that our form is correct. To correct our form, we can start by getting down on our knees, right? Ensuring that we're in a comfortable position, and then putting our hands as we're on our fours in front of us like this. It should be shoulder wide, right? Not inward, but shoulder wide, right? And then we are going to lift our backs and the rest of our body up without arching it inward or outward. So it has to be a position that's fixed like this, okay? And then once you're in this position, to execute the push-up, you need to push your body, specifically your chest, going down to the ground without touching the ground, and then lifting it back up. So we'll go for one like that. Right, and that's one push-up. What we're going to do is that we're going to do 10 push-ups. We're going to do 3 sets of 10. Let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you can rest like that. All right. Very important, when you're lying down, You don't take your buttocks out, you don't take them inward. You ensure that you're in a level position, which will give you an advantage because our push-ups mainly help with growing our chest. And our chest comprises of two major muscles. It is the pectorals majors as well as the pectorals minors, right? And so always remember that when you're pushing up, it's a push. You're literally pushing the rest of your body weight upwards and letting it fall. So it's a push. It's not a pull. Yeah, it's a push. All right, let's go for another set. Okay. And we're going to be in our position, ensuring that we are straight. And then we're going to go for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we can rest. Always ensure that you're in the perfect form and everything is in line in terms of having your body be straight out. All right, and that's how we execute our push-ups. All right, our second workout is the squat, the standard squat. This is a compound exercise. Squats are compound exercises that primarily target our quadriceps right here, our quads, as well as our glutes. Here are some points. Number one, dealing with the safety. We need to make sure that we keep our feet flat on the ground throughout the exercise and avoid rounding our lower back. Also, keep our knees aligned with our toes, avoiding letting them collapse inwards because that's very dangerous. The movement, number two. We'll start by standing on our feet, shoulder width apart, with our toes pointing slightly onwards. We'll lower our body by bending our knees and keeping our hips back. If we are sitting in a chair, we keep our chest and our back straight throughout the movement. The muscles that we'll be working out once we are working or doing performance squats are the primary muscles during this workout is the quadriceps, the rectus femoris, the vetus lataris, the vetus medialis, and the vetus intermedius. The hamstrings, these are our bicep femoris and our glutes. Our glutes is our glutes maximus and our glutes medius and our glutes minimus. The joints that are involved in doing our performance squats, the main joints are the hip joints, which perform the flexation as you lower your body towards the ground, and hip extensions as you push your body back up. Sporting areas, very important. As a personal trainer, I would spot you by standing behind you and placing my hands on your armpits to help you maintain your form. Again, very important, when I am training a client, I have to get consent if they are comfortable with me touching them from the back or touching them from the side. And any other adaptations, if you cannot squat using the weight, you can just squat using the bar to get your form correct. So let's get into the squats. So in this workout, we are doing our squats. Very, very compounded exercise. What our squats help us with is our quadriceps, our glutes, a little bit of the back, and also strength on the shoulders because you'll be holding or you'll be picking up the weights using your shoulders primarily. So what's important with squats is your posture, and I will indicate it to you thusly. So what you want to do is you're going to come in front of the bar here. You're going to put your forefinger, because there's already markers here to help you out on the bar. You're going to take your forefinger, which is this one, you're going to put it on this line here, and you'll take your other one, you put it on this line here. And what you want to do is you want to bend over inwards to rest the bar on your shoulders, okay? On your back, on your shoulders. And what you do, once you're in this position, you can pick up the bar like that, move away from the rack for safety. Always ensure that when you are standing, your toes are pointing forwards like that, and you have enough space between your feet to balance the rest of your body, all right? And once you're in a good position, what I'd recommend you do is that you look in front of you directly straight. Don't look too down, because when you look down, you're going to risk you falling forwards with the weight. So always look up, ensure that the bar is resting directly on your shoulders. And what you want to do for a squat is that you are going to go low, down like that. Usually when you go down, what I recommend is that you inhale when you're going down. So you inhale, you go down like that, and then you exhale coming back up, okay? And you're going to do this repeatedly. We are going to do 3 sets of 10 reps. Again, I will show you. We go down, and then we go back up, ensuring that you are balanced. All right. And when you rest it, you come here, you can put it against the rack, and then take it down and slowly bend over to ensure that you don't hurt yourself once you are releasing yourself from the squat. So let's go in for a squat. The markers are there. You can mark where you're holding it with this finger. All right, it's good, it's good. Now you're going to bend over underneath the bar. Rest the bar on your shoulders, very important. Don't rest it on your neck, because you might hurt yourself. So ensure it's directly on the shoulders like that. And then you're going to pick it up. And then you move backwards a bit. Ensure that you're not bending forward over, and ensure that you're looking up. And what you want to do is to ensure that your feet or your legs are in a position that will allow you to actually bend over and balance yourself and come back up. All right, so let's go for one. I will be supporting you from your back to ensure that you do not fall over nor injure yourself. All right, let's go for one squat. Low, low, low. Good. And then we go back up. We inhale going down, and we exhale going up. All right, now I need you to do 10 reps of this before we add the weights. So let's go for our 10 reps, starting with 1. All right, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, and 8. Ensure the bar is stable and balanced on your shoulders. 9, and last one, 10. All right. Now when you go forward, you'll just rest it against the rack, go down, ensure that you are bending outwards, and you move out, and that was your first set. In your next set, what we're going to do is that we're going to add some more weights. This will create resistance for your muscles to actually work out, and eventually, if you do your squats continually, you are going to grow. Remember, this is a compound workout. This is a compound exercise. It means that it is working on various muscles, groups and classes. You are working on your quads. You're also working on your glutes. You're also using your back for balance, right? And also your knees are assisting you, as well as your hip is assisting you to go with the weights. When it comes to weights, rather start with a very light weight. Ensure that your form is correct and you are comfortable with the heavy weights before you move on to heavier weights. So you're going to work out progressively, basically. Now with this one, this set, what we're going to do is that we're going to secure your weights so they don't move around once you have them on your shoulders. And as indicated and demonstrated before, what you're going to do is that you're going to hold the bar right where you did. Same method, come in, lift it up, move back, ensure that you're in a good position, and then we go for our squats. All right. Let's go for 10 reps. I'll be supporting you at the back, ensuring that you are not falling out. All right, it's beautiful. So let's move back. You don't have to bend your back at this point. You can keep it straight. Beautiful. And then what we're going to do is that we are going to go down for our squats. Let's go. 1. All right, beautiful. 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9. And the last one, 10. And we go forward to rest. Very carefully. And you can rest it there. Bend over forwards, come out. And there we go. So that is how we perform our squats. Very well done. All right. All right, let's move into our third workout, which is the Romanian deadlifts. The Romanian deadlifts usually or primarily targets our hamstring, glutes, as well as our lower back. Here are a few points. Number 1, safety. Make sure to keep your core engaged throughout the exercise and avoid rounding your lower back. Also, keep your hips level to avoid letting them twist. So you can't twist your hips when you're doing the deadlifts. It will take you out of balance. Number 2, the movement. We'll start by standing on one leg with a slight bend in the knee and holding the weight in the opposite hand. Hinge forward at the hips while lifting your non-standing leg behind you and keeping your back straight and your hips in a level. You're going to lower the weights much like that to the ground and lifting your leg behind you until your torso is at a non-standing and your non-standing leg are parallel. So it'll be something like this. And then once we're done with that, you will lift it back up and you will do the same on the opposite side. The muscles that we are using or we will be using once we are doing our Romanian deadlifts are, the primary muscles are the hamstrings, which are composed of your bicep femoris, as well as your semimembranchosus, the glutes, the gluteus maximus, the gluteus medius, and the gluteus minimus, as well as our lower back, which is our erector spine. Now, the joints that are involved in Romanian deadlifts are mainly the joints that are used are the hip joints, which performs the hip extensions, as well as the joints on your knees, which keep you, your knee joints will keep you in balance. Adaptations, if you are not comfortable with Romanian deadlifts, you can try out a different format of deadlift. Perhaps you can take the bar up or down like that, up and down in this movement, or you can have dumbbells on the sides to go up and down. It targets the same class and groups of muscle. So let's get into our Romanian deadlifts. So in this workout, we'll be doing our Romanian deadlifts. What I'll do is our one leg Romanian deadlifts rather. So these ones, the deadlifts, how they work is like this. You're gonna have your weights on the side, right? This is all about balance and using the correct muscle, right? So once you have your weight on your sides, what you're going to do is that you're going to bend over like this, taking the weights down and coming back up. Taking the weights down like that, balancing. Ensure that your leg is always pointed out. The one that is going out and the one that is stationary remains neutral. Your body, your abdomen should be up like this. And then you come back to this position. All right? So a count of a rep is when we go 1. You see? And then 2. And 3. and then 4. If you feel you do not balance well with the dumbbells, we can always get you a bar to do it. So let's go for one set of 10 and let's see how it works out. Yes, so we'll go with both legs. We'll go with both legs. So ensure that you are in a balanced position. We'll start with our right. So we're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1. Steady. 2. And then 3. Ensure that your leg is straight, so you balance it like this. Right? Straighten your leg. This one, you can straighten it out like this. Like that. You don't have to go all the way down. Straighten out the leg. Okay, I'll assist you there. So come back up, right? First thing you need to move is your leg. Okay. So your leg must be straightened out. Even straight. Don't bend it. Straight, and then go down a bit with the weight in front of you. So the weight assists you in balancing. So let me show you slowly, right? Look at my legs. I'm moving with the weight. I'm going forward like that. There's a balance. I come back up. Yes. And then I do that and I come back up. All right? That, and you come back up. And then the other one, come back up.
I think maybe the problem is it's for me to facing there.
It's facing there, forward. All right.
That's the problem. That's why I'm losing balance.
Oh, you're losing balance?
Yeah, but I think...
All right. Let's try and find you a position where you won't lose your balance.
Yeah.
And if you're not comfortable with the dumbbells, we can always find you a weight that you can use, a full bar weight. All right. 1. Beautiful. 2. Beautiful. 3. Beautiful. 4. All right. 5. Beautiful. 6. 7. And 8. 9. And last one, 10. There we go. So it's a matter of balance. If you feel the dumbbells are not helping, we can always use this one. It'll be like this though. Let me just stand on the side. You'll hold it like this, and you'll go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So try with this one and feel which one is more comfortable for you. Will it be the straight bar or the dumbbells? 1, yes. 2, beautiful. And 3, don't take it too fast. Straighten out your leg every time you bend over. 3, okay, let's go. All right. Let's go on this side. Straighten it out as much as you can. Yes, beautiful. Straighten it out as much as you can on this side. Beautiful. Straighten it out as much as you can on that side. And beautiful. All right. So which one works better for you? Is it the bar or the dumbbells?
Let me try a bar for now.
The bar for now. All right.
I'm not sure because I haven't done this before.
Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. So we'll do one last set with the bar.
Okay.
One last set with the bar. All right. So let's get it like this. Make sure that when you're holding the bar, you're in a position that's going to balance you properly, right? Remember, you're also bending forwards with your abdomen. So to find balance, you must be almost like this. You see that? Simple balance, in. Simple balance, out. All right, let's try. Let's do 10. Let's go. 1. Yes. 2. Take them out at the same time. 3. Yes, like that. 4. All right. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. 9. And last one, 10. And rest. You can put it down. Right, well done. All right, let's move into our fourth workout, which is the bent over row. This exercise primarily targets our back muscles. So these markers right here, your lats, your rhabdoids, your trapezius, as well as your biceps. Dealing with the safety, number 1, make sure to keep your back straight and avoid rounding your shoulders and letting them shrug. Also keep your knees slightly bent throughout the exercise. Number 2, the movements. Start by standing with your feet shoulder width apart, holding a weight in each hand with your palms facing down. Hinge forward at the hips while keeping your back straight and let the weights hang down towards the ground. Then pull the weights up towards your chest by bending your elbows and squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lower the weights back down to the starting position. The muscles that are involved when we're doing our front or bent over rows are the primary muscles that we work with here, our latissimus dorsi and our trapezius, as well as our bicep brachii. So our biceps. The joints that are in action when we're doing the bent over rows are mainly the shoulder joints that perform the horizontal adduction as you pull the weights towards your shoulders or your chest rather, while the elbow joints perform flexion as well as extension. Now, the adaptations that we can have on this are as follows. If you are uncomfortable with using the bar for your bended rows, you can always use a set of dumbbells which are much more lighter than the bar. So now that that's said, let's get into our bent over rows. All right, so the next exercise that we'll be doing is our bent over rows. Bent over rows, very simple. What you're gonna do is you will hold your bar like this, inward like that, right? And what you want to do is you open your legs properly so you can balance. And then you lean forward a little bit, like that. Don't arch your back. Ensure that your chest is coming out. Yes, beautiful. And what you're going to do is that you're going to pull the weight back, like that. Yes. Like that. So let's go for 10. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And put it down. What's important in your posture is that you must be balanced, right? This way. And also, you're bending forward. You're not arching your back. You're bending forward because you're doing a pull. Okay? It's a pull. All right? It's what they call a row. All right? So you balance yourself like that, ensuring that you're stable enough to have a weight that you can push out in and out. You can either, different variations, you can hold your bar like this, if you wish to. But I suggest always, because it's a pull, you hold it outward. Yes, hold it outward. And let's go for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ensure that you're keeping your body stable. 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. All right. We're going to go for one last rep before we cut it off. One last set, I mean. All right. So we're going to go in for our last set. We're going to do our 10. We're holding it like that. We're bending over. And we're going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're done. And lastly, workout number 5 will be our plank. This exercise primarily targets your core muscles, including your rectus abdominis, as well as your transverse abdominis and your obliques. There are a few points we need to keep in mind. Number 1, the safety. Make sure that your spine is neutral and avoid arching or rounding your lower back, as you will be in a very steady and stable balanced position. The movement, you start by getting into a push-up position. This is your prone position, with your arms extended to your hands, shoulder width apart. Lower your forearms to the ground, keeping your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. Then straighten your body into a plank position, keeping your core engaged and your hips in level. Hold this position for a certain amount of time. It's usually 30 seconds rather, or 1 minute. If longer, then you can go for it. But standard 30 seconds or 60 seconds. The muscles that we'll be working primarily, we are working with our core muscles. This includes our rectus abdominis, as I said, our transverse abdominis, as well as our obliques. The joints that are in action when doing the plank, the main joints used during the plank are the shoulders, the elbows, and the hip joints, which are all held in a static position. This means in a position that is straight and continuously straight as such. The sporting areas, well, for me as a personal trainer, if I'm going to sport you while you're doing your planks, what I'll normally do is I would stand beside you and ensure that you are in that static position. So let's get into our planks. So for our last workout, we are going to do the plank. Now the plank, we are going to utilize a position that is a prone position, which means that we are lying forward. And what we are going to use is mostly our elbows as well as our shoulders, and the rest of our body will be balancing out into a plank position that is static like this. This workout helps with the core. So your core as well as your obliques. Your core muscles being your stomach, your abdomen. Simple one, you come on to your knees like that, and then you'll go onto your fours like that. Once you're here, where our mat begins, you can put your fist like this, adjacent to your forearm, and like that. And then what you're going to do is the same way we did our push-up is the same way we are going to position our legs. So we go back like this, all right? But what's important is that you don't go too out and then you don't go too low. You must be in a position where you feel the tension in your stomach, right? Once you're in this position, you are going to freeze for 30 seconds, okay? So let's go for our first 30 seconds. Make sure that you're in, all right? And then you're looking forward. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and we're done. All right. So you should be feeling your muscles, your core muscles working, because that's what the plank does. You must be in a level position, in a position that ensures that there is stability, almost like a plank. That's why they call it a plank, because it's flat out. You don't take your buttocks, you don't take them out, you don't take them too low. They must be straight, facing straight. All right, we'll go for another last 30 seconds. Just find your breath. It's very important that in between your sets, you give yourself at least 30 seconds to 60 seconds of resting before you continue. Otherwise, you can overexert yourself and overwhelm the body, which causes the risk of even fainting at some points. All right, so we're going for another 30. Again, we get onto our knees. Ensure that we are adjusted very well when it comes to our forearms. And we start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. We're done. All right. That's how you execute a plank. Whew.